Vaporized Solid Strategies for Success in a Dematerialized World by Robert Tercek Book Review. Hello friends, today I am going to review the book, Vaporized Solid Strategies for Success in a Dematerialized World by Robert Tercek. Software-Defined Society. Looking ahead, he found that 3 great currents define the commercial world: unstoppable globalization, dematerialization into knowledge, and infinite networking. As goods become information-intensive, they begin to lose the characteristics of physical products and take on the properties of a service. As businesses go digital, they become either software or software-derived. Amazon, for example, is a software-defined company. These entities are adaptable, expansive, and multifaceted. As operations gain in information intensity, they shed their physical aspects and become more of a service. Uber, for example, has almost no physical assets. It owns no cars, garages, or service stations. Yet it rules the market it invented. Amazon built its retail dominance with no stores. A software-defined society can be open or closed. It can favor mass participation, or it can enable control by an elite. Physical items contain data, but in the digital future, that information will be unlocked. Consider the once legendary Tower Records store on famous Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. The analogy of vapor. As you learned in chemistry class, when a liquid or solid becomes vapor, its molecules become unfastened and rapidly and widely disperse. Similarly, information vapor flies through the air to billions of smartphones. And the velocity of that dissemination is continually increasing. The speed of mobile networks increased 1,000 times in 10 years. The initials www used to mean the World Wide Web. Now your smartphone brings you whatever, whenever, and wherever. Any part of your business or product that can be replaced by pure digital information almost certainly will be. Data in various forms arrive at your smartphone via specific tools called apps. Each app performs a function. The interface between your phone and your apps gives you ever greater curatorial power over how you get, review, and implement information. At the same time, apps lock you into particular vendors, for instance, for shopping or music. They shape your perception of the realm they control. Even when you pay no fees, your apps take value from you in the form of priceless data about you. The process that killed music retailers is now rippling across society like a seismic wave, reshaping one industry after another. A software-defined society will become what its citizens demand: open or closed, fully participatory, or controlled by an elite. Its processes can remain opaque or be available for inspection, review, revising, and upgrades. Digital networks. Consumers are just finally beginning to understand that we don't really own our smart devices and IoT, Internet of Things, gadgets. Buckminster Fuller saw ephemeralization as the path to ever-increasing living standards for humanity without depleting the planet's resources. Big data, cloud computing, crowdsourcing, open software, and proprietary software platforms fuel this seismic shift to digital commerce. Such closed ecosystems, built on proprietary software and can link together. These unstoppable disruptions mean that long-held economics ideas about how markets grow and change are out of date. Apple, Google, Amazon, and such assume monopolistic qualities. They invent their markets, control access to them, and extract their data. Switchboards. When telephones first appeared, AT&T, the sole provider, focused on wiring urban centers. In the western U.S., where vast distances between rural customers made wired service less profitable, consumers started their own networks. Ranchers and farmers wrapped existing barbed wire fences around crude glass insulators and hooked up household phones to create local, shared party lines. But problems occurred when people wanted to speak with someone who wasn't on their line. The solution was an operator sitting at a switchboard. Today, as then, switchboards control communication. Vaporized switchboards have become the nexus of wealth and power. Once a company accepts Apple's or Google's operating system, it loses control of the customer experience and tends to become just another generic device maker. Vaporized businesses depend on their networks. Digital companies, like Google or Amazon, act as switchboards that connect people to other people and, more significantly, connect sellers and purchasers. Other switchboards include eBay, Craigslist, WhatsApp, and YouTube. Airbnb is also a switchboard. It doesn't sell lodging. It sells information about lodging. Airbnb operates as an exchange center between those needing accommodations and those with rooms to spare. Because it owns not a single hotel room, employs not a single maid, and provides no room service, it has minimal money invested in infrastructure and spends nothing on mortgages, upkeep, or insurance. Airbnb reaches far more people than any hotel chain, yet its relentless collecting and filtering of customer data means it provides more personalized service than any hotel chain can. As ever more industries evolve by replacing physical infrastructure with pure digital information, it's crucial for every person in the organization to understand the value of data assets owned and managed by the company. Switchboards serve as connectors, traffic routers, and, if you choose not to go through their services, communication blockers. They also demonstrate the considerable market power of human laziness. Habit drives customer retention. You can't scale up a digital business unless you control its switchboard, but once a switchboard achieves market dominance, it becomes difficult to dislodge. Customers habitually return to services they know. It is possible to build a network without a switchboard, but it is impossible to scale a digital business without one. Switchboards survive on speed and scale. Customers want to find what they are looking for quickly. Businesses want revenue to come in as fast as possible. Sellers want to reach the largest possible community of customers. Consumers want a variety of choices. Sellers want to be on a site with the most customers. Customers prefer sites with the most products. Hence, Amazon is successful at operating across geography, language, national borders, and currencies. Customer licenses. You don't truly own any smart product you buy. Lack of ownership is a crucial principle of vaporization. You are only licensing what you have. The day Apple no longer upgrades or supports certain systems, your ownership of the related piece of gear becomes worthless. And you can't do anything about it except upgrade your hardware. Once the market leader has been established, it is very hard to displace because it enjoys not only an enormous knowledge advantage but also the benefit of human laziness. As customers come to love their Apple or Android in-car entertainment, the leverage that Apple and Google have over automakers will grow. What will automakers do if Apple stops servicing the existing systems already in place? As self-driving and electric cars come to the fore, automobiles will become like smartphones. They will become primarily platforms through which consumers pay for apps. Car sales will be only the first step in app sales and in launching a whole new kind of brand dependency. Ecosystem connections. The process of vaporizing physical things and replacing them with digital substitutes is the biggest trend affecting manufacturing, distribution, retail, and marketing in the 21st century. The impact of Uber. Like Airbnb, Uber owns minimal physical assets. With negligible infrastructure costs, Uber connects millions of riders to thousands of people who do possess physical assets, their cars. Uber allows drivers to extract surplus value from that physical asset. Even as it enables car owners to make money, Uber vaporizes private ownership of cars. Every Uber driver takes 9 cars off the roads. 3 primary elements of vaporization drive Uber's success. 1. Millions of connected cell phones with apps that provide customer recognition, real-time locations, mapping, and secure digital billing and payment. 2. A growing preference for access instead of ownership, and 3. People who need work and can earn money as drivers. Uber is not just a ride-sharing service. It is vaporizing car ownership. Critics point out that Uber assumes no responsibility for its drivers' health, safety, expenses, or minimal employment. That's commonly true of similar on-demand mobile services, ODMs, or app-enabled marketplaces, AEMs. Such ODMs and AEMs merge 3 fundamental aspects of vaporization. Mobile, smartphones, and apps enable drivers' connection to customers anywhere. Market. Uber doesn't retain any drivers on salary. Drivers work the hours and locations they want. They, like their customers, may be anywhere. Uber also offers its customers data about its drivers, something taxi passengers never receive. Services. Uber transforms the elements of car ownership, bus riding and taxi hailing into a single service, rides on demand. Vaporizing monopolies. Uber also vaporizes the taxi medallion monopoly. Every municipality with taxis sells medallions, badges that permit taxis to operate. Thus, taxis have been a monopoly supported by government regulation. Because medallions create artificial scarcity, and because industry and government combine to limit the supply, medallions were once a fantastic investment. While drivers benefited little from the medallion's ever-increasing price, taxi companies and those who financed medallion acquisition profited. Sooner or later, the leaders at every company will begin to realize that they face the prospect of vaporization. Some cities, including Portland, Philadelphia, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Orlando, and others, have sued Uber. Taxi drivers in other cities have sued as well. Some states and nations, Thailand and Spain, for example, ban the service outright. These lawsuits demonstrate another quality of the vaporized economy. Vaporized businesses sidestep or ignore the regulations that restrict them. Uber decided to build its revenue in defiance of regulations and sort out the legal issues in court. Uber never could have achieved its staggering growth if it had waited for permission. Vested interests can fight with their antiquated tools, but Uber and other vaporized businesses are already unassailable commercial realities. More will follow. Takeaways. Vaporization means setting free the information frozen inside of things. Vaporizing, the replacement of the physical with the digital, already dominates and will come to define production, delivery, retail, and marketing. If a digital version can replace any aspect of your business, service, or product, it will. Of the 7.3 billion people on Earth, 3.4 billion own mobile phones. To be indispensable to the market, become a switchboard, like Google, eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, WhatsApp, and YouTube. Airbnb doesn't sell lodging. It sells information about lodging. Uber vaporizes private ownership of cars. Human laziness and habit help keep market leaders dominant. Geography, language, national borders, and currencies rule traditional businesses and markets, but they don't govern the vaporized world. You don't own your smart device. You buy a license to use it that its manufacturers can revoke at any time. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.